Asokwane benani Ukwuani trumpet nekeno no. Joku gete Ukwuani trumpet anyedini local government secretariat ne imani Ukwuani local government area. Karishina anyedini bel adini bel makono na morosi ni mochichi Ukwuani onye ka odo bo nwanyi ne nnanyi bonye bo honorable Solomon possible Ajede gete yari kunisi elojini ba na ochichi ka boya ni me council Ketere mena yo faswa ode jeni kuronda councilors ne uno uzu yabo ebo anode ne yiwu ajaji chikokowa no we ife oruni n'ime aswa kenu ajaji washindo no chezi wasi ndezi president general also bro n'ime Ukwuani local government area dash n'ebe nunu kokowa no we ife orufuni n'ime ofaswa kenu ọnọdụ funu n'ime ọchịchị ka bụ aya ka ọ gwashiwe ife ndadị na uche ye uje ka arụ ashi were ihe ndị Ukwuani ajaji adịjoge kere na agwa onye ọbụla na-eso akpachi onye Ukwuani trumpet so ka enwe ndidi na anyị na ya na-akpara ụka n'imirisi na ọnụ azụ pụsa ya na aka na-asọ ka ụlọ ọnụ akọwa kọsamarụ nọ ife ọrụ funu na ofe asụ akenu ọnọ funu n'ime ọchịchị ka bụ aya ka okwu echi ife dan uche ya bụ ife ụka arụ yoso Ukwuani ajaji mbekute ndijoge kena na agwasi onye obra na-eso akpachi onye Ukwuani trumpet ya ka ojikeni tie no sefufu ebe ne Ukwuani adene kwa marife n'ime ụlọ iwu ndị councilors n'ụbọchị kete ajaji na agwasi onye na-eso akpachi onye Ukwuani trumpet ya biko ka obie ka na YouTube channel na ọfọs uji Ukwuani trumpet na na-eji ihe na-etie n'ime YouTube basane osa Ukwuani ajaji na agwasi osa Ukwuani ke ndokwa east ke ndokwa west si webiko ne elonu ke no de si forma kwa chiri na mme wabe mmechi firele na dikebele si onye ka odo the local government ke je ka gwa councilors aya ya be loku simanu na akọwa na ihe ndị ọrụ aya ife ọrụ fune kwenu asị Ukwuani trumpet mare anyị na-adị TSN efufu ọsa Ukwuani na-adị n'izu fua ajaji ndị benye n'ụbọchị ka ana ekene ọsa amanụcha ekwuchime si webiko kweji ka oji kene tie n'ọsa efufu ebe bụ Ukwuani adịne kwe marife na-eme na legislative arm na obi arụkọ ụbọchị kete ajaji shegwari.
And the victories of members of this house and were later sworn in as council chairman and vice chairman and members of this legislative arm. Despite the legacies of my previous administration, as I prepared for the election, it became incumbent on me and that of my team that I had to do more for the Ukwuani people. Consequently, we decided unanimously to christen or call our policy trust in this administration the Do More agenda, which we no doubt is in line with His Excellency Right Honorable Sheriff Ukwuani More agenda, and also no doubt in line with His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria transformative agenda. Over the past 365 days, this administration has vigorously pursued inclusivity, transparency, accountability, pragmatism, and very strategic governance aimed at addressing the developmental gaps while fulfilling the aspiration of the Ukwuani people. Essentially, the Do More agenda is a strategic development roadmap for the local government area and is firmly rooted in 9 key policy pillars. One is sustainable peace and security, digital pathways for youth development, infrastructural development, agricultural development, empowerment for sustainable development, educational development, improve primary healthcare service delivery, youth and sports development, and environmental conservative initiatives. Between July 18, 2024 and today, this administration has prioritized peace and security across the local government area. Infrastructural transformation has also been our watchword since our entrance into office. Empowerment for sustainable development, enhanced public service, agricultural development, so on and so forth, have been our main thrust in this administration. We have recorded some milestones, and they include, but not limited to the brief ones I will mention, which I will expatiate as I go on in the delivery of this report. Sustained peace in Ukwuani local government area, which we consider as our greatest accomplishment so far, and which we are still in the business of trying to ensure that we keep Ukwuani safe. The inauguration report and recommendation of the Ukwuani Strategic Policy Council, which further strengthened the policy administration's direction. The construction of critical people-oriented infrastructure, the ICT hub and library, the modern local education office complex, the Upper and Ada Palace, and the construction of 800 meter Agbo Street in Okoso, here in Uganda. Proactive and result-oriented steps in tackling security challenges. The Fulani headers menace, land dispute, kidnapping, robbery, court clashes, and drug abuse, so on and so forth. This condensed report succinctly outlines this administration's policies, progress, achievement, challenges, and ongoing effort to fulfill our mandate to the Ukwuani people. In accordance with section 23, paragraph H of the Local Government Law 2013 as amended, I wish to, with a deep sense of duty, accountability, responsibility, now brief the legislative arm, which I know that they form the 20 wards that make up Ukwuani local government, and of course our traditional rulers, indeed, the Ukwuani people that are seated here. For our stewardship to the Ukwuani people in the last 1 year in office, this exercise is in fulfillment of the provisions of the law as I earlier put it. Today is a very unique day in the life of this administration, as I am about to present a comprehensive report on how my team and I have fared in the year under review. Ukwuani Lukuchi, welcome us all, I don't mind. In a nutshell, that is what we now want to go into the detail. At this junction, I believe it is appropriate for me, before I begin properly, to again congratulate the Vice Chairman of the Council, very distinguished members of this fellow chamber, the 8th Assembly, the Secretary to the Local Government, and members of the Local Government Executive Council, otherwise referred to as the ESCO, for the successful journey so far into this administration. I also want to appreciate a very resourceful, motivated, innovative, dutiful, professional, diligent management team and staff of the Ukwuani Local Government Council, headed by the head of personnel management, the TLG of Council, HODs, and all our staff, including the staff in this role of chairman. Your inputs and contribution has in no measure contributed to the success we have recorded in the past 1 year. The leadership of the Mogi chairman, led by Comrade Engineer Amaka Livingston, has been fantastic, and I want to raise our appreciation to Mogi Ukwuani LGA, particularly the Mogi women in our government. Let me also encourage them to step up on whatever that has aimed the union this commendation today. I want to sincerely thank the people of Ukwuani for giving me the mandate to serve as the executive chairman of Ukwuani local government area first, my first tenure, and now we are running that second term. I want to thank you profusely. I want to assure you that in my duties as council chairman, I will remain very firm, considering that the fact that Ukwuani local government is made up of 9 clans. We will continue to make our decisions to suit the 9 clans in order and also in line with the federal government. President. The no more agenda of this administration, as we have consistently emphasized and actively implemented, is not just a campaign slaughter, but a policy trust and a developmental roadmap for our dear Ukwuani local government area. Interestingly, at the end of my term, successive governments can look inward and uncover roads to consolidate and to build upon within the do more agenda framework. It is important that I emphasize this point, because what this administration is doing is to build a legacy that will continue to transverse many administrations to come and continue to contribute positively to the progress of Ukwuani and people. In the year under review, by term, I understand that if we are to truly do more in the do more agenda, then effective administration is pivotal and not optional. Accordingly, we have ensured that the council operates smoothly in all aspects. We have also ensured that every department, unit, office within the council are functional, while also consensuously sustaining the synergy between the executive arm and the legislative arm. Sustainable peace and security initiative. Recognizing that peace and security are foundational to development, this administration has prioritized the safety of lives and property across Ukwuani local government area. Through strategic intervention, we have cultivated an environment where citizens can go about their daily businesses and thrive without fear. We have done amongst other things by ensuring that there is robust surveillance network. We have been able to put together a strategic surveillance network across the local government area. This has significantly increased the ability of our security networks to monitor and respond to potential threats. Tackling of the Fulani herders menace, I think it's almost right to begin to recount instant attacks on our people by herders in our farmland and bushes. Under the no more agenda, proactive measures have been implemented to drastically mitigate Fulani incursion in our area. We have been able to move across communities, particularly communities along River Etu. During my first term, we tried dialoguing severally, but it never really yielded the outcome we desired. Now we are taking proactive steps to continue to comb the general area where the Fulani activities is rising, particularly across River Etu we have been working together with security agencies, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army, employing lawful means to ensure that we generally put our farmland in the same place to enable our farmers continue to thrive, continue to do their work, because the Ukwuani local government is purely an agrarian society. So we will continue to go the area, we will continue to work within the law to ensure that the Fulani herders lead our bush. To ensure that our people are safe and be able to go about their occupation, which is farming, we try other lawful measures which has contained the activities in the said fast. Inauguration of the Neighborhood Watch. On the 12th of May 2025, in order to further widen the security architecture and enhance internal security, the Council inaugurated the Neighborhood Watch initiative in Obiara, and the Ukwuani Security Council under my leadership has maintained all plans to establish the Neighborhood Watch in their respective domains. In our series of security meetings, we decided this point so that the people in the communities can help us identify, can give us information in real time, to enable the security agencies continue to address the issue of crime within our society. Most importantly, this Neighborhood Watch became very imperative that we put it in place so that we can be able to address issues of courtesy in our land, issues of theft, burglary in our land. And I tell you, this initiative has complemented what the police and the dignitaries and the armies are doing on our soil, and we have recorded a lot of success. Equipping of the Neighborhood Watch. At the inauguration of the Neighborhood Watch in Obiara as a final skill, which we have said in our various security meetings that it should be duplicated in other class. We have equipped them with torchlight, walkie-talkies, and also giving them grant to take on. We have established a central committee monitoring the activities while they are reporting to the police, so the local police keep track of what they are doing. So far, the impact of this initiative, like I said, has been nothing short of massive. Training program for the vigilantes. In the year under review, the Ukwuani Security Council has been meeting regularly. We have also organized training programs for the vigilantes to better prepare them for the modern community policing. We have said that the training will continue to happen at interval so that we don't give the space to allow for laxity. We are currently working with some security experts to come back and continue to strengthen and train our vigilantes. The establishment of army base. One of the landmark achievements we made so far in this acquisition is that we were able to establish an army base, a sub-unit where armies can be able to be operating from. This initiative has provided the local government area with a permanent military presence to deter threats and respond to emergencies. Very currently, it's a true His Excellency Right Honorable Sheriff Ukwuani, who has listened to our cry during the State Security Council, after the State Security Council meeting. We will appeal to him to further deploy the members and men of the Operation Delta Sweep, who will be operating generally in the whole area. These men are continuously moving around the whole area, keeping peace and ensuring that we address the challenges that have to do with our people taking to drugs, burglary, courtesan, and what have you. All societal needs have been addressing it through this means. Conflict resolution. My appreciation in the last 1 year has actively manage land and boundary disputes between Edo Delta. We have written to the state government. The state government have escalated it to the National Boundary Commission, and as I speak to you, plans are courtesy our prompting in the Ukwuani local government area to try to see how they can be able to put a boundary between Edo Delta so that we can be able to know the part that belongs to Delta. We have also looked at the issue that has to do with Akokolo and Otagono, where there's also land dispute in that area. We have also liaised with our sister local government area in Upper West to see how we can lay that issue to rest. The issue of Ukusule or Wape land dispute, we are also serious about that issue. We have also caused several meetings to put, and we are still trying to put an end to it. We also have the issue of Okosu and Owabe land dispute. We are also handling that. Most importantly, I must also put on record and commend the two communities of Amaya and Ukwuani for their sustained peace in that general area. We are continuously and we are still talking with the state government to see how we can finally give it a definition so that we can finally put it to rest. But suffice it to say that I must on this note at this point thank His Royal Majesties who are here seated, who have also supported this administration, who have continuously played the role of peacekeeping in those two areas. And it's our prayers, it is our request that please, the Royal Majesties, please continue to help us pull down that area. Fight against drug abuse. It is sad to say that drug and substance abuse are peddling as eating deep into the fabrics of our Ukwuani communities. And the rate of addictions among our young people is simply alarming. As a responsible government, we have since commenced the sensitization of our youth. We are partnering with the National Youth Council of Nigeria and the community youth. We have since put them together to come up with more dynamic approach to continue to sensitize our youth so that they can stop the abuse of drugs and substances that will destroy their future. We have done this. We are also looking at the possibility to continuously partner with the traditional communities which we have done in the early part of this administration. We have also tried to look at the possibility of also moving with the church so that the church can come in and step up the drive of sensitizing our youth on the dangers and effects of drug consumption. Traditional Rulers Council relations. Currently, we want to first thank the traditional members of the Traditional Council in the Ukwuani local government for their support to the government of Ukwuani local government and by extension the government of the state. We want to thank you profusely and profoundly. We have also taken steps to see that all issues that are emanating from the relationship between our Royal Father, very respected Royal Fathers, and other clans, we are taking steps, and we are also making sure that Ukwuani local government will respect the National Council. Everybody will be on the same page. On the issue of the more recipients that several petitions have emanated from different clans to office, particularly those clans that does not have a Royal Father. Royal Father is said that the kings will staff of office. We have seen at this point, I'd like to tell Ukwuani people that I'm in talk with the chairman of the Traditional Council, who is no doubt have emphasized that Ukwuani local government is one. And whatever they can do but there are things that Traditional Council will do to ensure that Ukwuani continuously move forward. Ukwuani has been very peaceful before I came on issue of traditional issues, and why I had sway in my first tenure, Ukwuani local government has also been peaceful. They have assured me that there is no issue, there is no cause for alarm, that they will continue to play their role to ensure that Ukwuani Traditional Council is in one piece. Engagement of forest guards or forest watchers. In our continued effort to ensure that the security and safety of Ukwuani citizens in our communities and in our farmland areas, this administration has been engaging hunters and forest guards to guide and patrol the general area. We do this intermittently, but in our last Security Council meeting, we have asked communities to forward the names of those hunters and vigilantes who will permanently stay in our bushes as forest watchers. We took that decision, and that decision were already on implementation stage. We intended to keep them as forest watchers and put them on stipends so that they can continuously keep our farm areas peaceful and enable our farmers to go back to the farm. We have also said that in order to continue to keep peace in our communities, that we have proposed stipends, that we are going to also get members of the vigilante for each of the ward. We saddle the traditional rulers of each of the clans and the security councillors, the youth leaders, to put straight together to get us men who can continuously stay and watch over our clans, our communities. And we have also expressed interest in our Security Council meeting that we're also going to put them on stipends. Some communities have submitted the names, just to mention that we're already at the implementation stage, to tell you how far we have gone on security and what we intend to do in the coming year, coming months, and coming weeks. We are very at alert to ensure that we strengthen the security architecture in the local government to ensure that our communities are peaceful and inhabitable. Infrastructural development. Infrastructure remains the cornerstone of our developmental agenda as it drives economic growth and improves living standard of the people. With this understanding, we embarked on the following projects. The ICD hub and library construction. The establishment of the state-of-the-art ICT hub and library that is completed. All items are on ground. The computers are on ground. The place is currently already furnished, ready for commissioning. His Excellency has communicated it to us just this morning on the day we were going to commission the project. Why we said that His Excellency must come and commission this project, so that they can be able to know that here in Ukwuani, that we are doing exactly what we regime the local people, what we have fed the local people. That we're intentional about bringing our youth up to putting them in the world map. We're interested in seeing how our youth can stay in Ukwuani here and join the rest of the world in looking at ICT being the very order of the day. This ICT-based facility and the modern library, we have also received the attention from donor libraries around the world that they will push in a number of textbooks to us. Also, local foundations within the country and within the state have also exercised their attention to give us books. Some of the books are in the way, just to make sure that by the time we finish the ICT hub, it will be one of the best in the country, if not the world. We intended by this initiative of building the ICT to engage our youth, to train them in areas that are very, very, very lucrative, trying to pull them away from the negative ingredients or aspects of the internet. We tend to pull them to on the positive aspect of the internet, where they can sit at home and make money and sit at home and do their jobs and earn money legitimately. We're also partnering with some recognized institutions who will be coming from time to time to train our youths, of course, also to train our teachers, because in the next 1 year, this administration will be looking into the issue of creation of smart school for our people. So we said we are going to be proactive so that we can bring up our teachers to speed, so that eventually when the smart schools are created, we will not have a situation where our children will be teaching our teachers on the usage of devices. So we have been proactive on this aspect, just to mention that the ICT hub, as at the time we awarded this ICT hub, we awarded this ICT hub precisely on the 20th day of September 2024. That is less than 1 year ago. And it was awarded at the sum of 211,412,500 naira. Now, because of the understanding we had with the contractor, while the process was going on, because we said we are going to be paying them in milestone. In the local government area, you don't have pop money. What you do is to have a kind of a contractual agreement where at different level you'll be addressing money to the contractor. And the local government money we will not have enough to begin to do mobilization. But this contractor has been very helpful to this administration. And I tell you, even though we are still at the verge of trying to complete this payment, inflations have crept in. A lot of things have crept in, which is severally hinted that Chairman, I want to do some letter to you so that you review the contract. I said, contractor, the corridors. First, when I came in, I met them in the High School, and the then local education authority secretary, Ms. Felicia, of Blessed Memory, approached me and said, Chairman, when I got to the office this morning, he broke into the office, and in fact stole the rug in the office, and stole the wheat in the office. Chairman, I don't know, I will be walking from my house and say, don't worry, you can't walk from your house. There is need for you to, need for us to find a dignity place. Until they moved to the present state here now. There's a place to be a little bit conducive compared to where we were coming from. But each day, each time, we continue to witness issues of upland, and that has also disturbed us in the executive council meetings. And we said that there is need for us to, in fact, get a dignity place where we call the teacher's house. When our teachers are leaving the villages to the headquarters, they will feel that sense of responsibility that they are moving to the local education office. And as I tell you, that project, first of all, we called the contractor on that project to help us cost the project. The contractor came and for the design gave us about 245 million. And we said that we cannot carry another money. We are doing the roads, we are doing the several projects. There is no need for us. So we came back and said that the only way we can do that is to execute the project through direct bill. And we do it gradually. As the Supreme Court was voting money into that project, at the end of the day, that project was approved at the rate of 74 million naira. And so far so good. we have paid less than 50 million, and the project is completed. I tell you that each time I work with my team, we go there to sit down to monitor the number of students they brought to science to ensure that we're able to deliver more. Now, the interest is not on how much elected officials make by improvement. The interest is how far are they able to position themselves to ensure that the people they are leading are satisfied with their government. And that is what we are doing. As I talk to you, that project is already ready for commissioning, and we are already polishing the place. The place is the place to be. And I tell you that the goal of the environment government, Ukwuani Local Education Authority will be competing with that they have in the construction of road, construction of the civic center. Now, a lot of people who have this particular decision have brought the local government under criticism. Why is it that we are building the civic center in the local government? Now, we sat down severally in the Executive Council meeting, and we said each time we want to hold function that we will record more than 1,000 persons in the function. If that is our projection, that we usually go out to hire hours within the local government. And it doesn't actually defeat the local government like Ukwuani. And we said that there is need to do something unusual. We have also seen that even though when we go out to say we want to rent halls, we do not also see more befitting hall that will accommodate a lot of people in the local government. So we said that there is need for us to find a way to generate revenue back to the local government and find a way to make our guests, to make our invitees, to make the council workers comfortable. So we muted the idea of building the 1,000 capacity event center. When the event center was designed, again, I tell you people, we asked the contractor to also look at it with the intention of awarding sale. You know, under the financial memorandum, you are doing the contract as it is, or you are doing the direct labor. And when the contractor came back with the total sum, the contractor gave us about 650 million to construct that place. I tell you, the time, in fact, the time the document came, as we were looking at it, the local government, as at then, didn't have money. The money we had in the council then were money that we were saving in our revenue account that we intended to use for some other time, according to the decision of the school. So we started that. How do we do that kind of this thing? We need the hall, but we don't have that 600 million there. And we said that, how do we not come, work it so that we don't run flat on the law, or we don't do this, we don't do that. So we came back again and said that we are going to begin that project, whether the level like it or not. And we started the project. And by the time we removed some of the elements in the bill they sent to us, we were able to trim down the bill from 600 million to about 200 million. And went back to ESCO to look at the prototype and look at what it is. And we said that there is need for us to begin the building. It was very, very optimistic that we are going to complete that building before we leave council. We are very, very optimistic that we will complete the hall. And by the time we finish, we feel that every function in Ukwuani local government will collapse into that hall, where the council will be making money. But I know that government is a continuum. We will not be here when the next administration will be making money with it. But what we have done by virtue of building that idea is that we will have created a legacy that we are generating money into the local government. Also, it is tried to mention that on the consideration of the ICT center, we had it in mind that if you look at the whole of this zone, probably we'll have only one center where exams are conducted, what they call the CBT center. And these CBT centers, jam bodies there is a token they pay to their host. And we have said that, okay, fine. Even if we are interested in building an ICT school, there is need for us to be deliberate about it. Let us do an ICT school. While the ICT school is running to educate Ukwuani people, to put them in the world map, there is need for us to also use the center to generate revenue to improve program. So I also want to put on record that the ICT center is not only to teach our people, it's not only to bring our people to speed what is happening in other parts of the world, but at the time we finish that piece you see there, they will be generating a lot of money to do other things in the local government. Installation of street lights. This installation of street light is a pilot scheme we've started. We're increasing this idea, lighting up of Ukwuani local government. Now we found out that some of the projects that have come on issue of lights, either assistance from the state, the Superdeck or NDDC, they only put it on the major roads, particularly those roads that a lot of people like. But we found out that the hinterland, where some crimes happen, these street lights are not there. And we have said that there is need for us to escalate it to other areas. But we have started the scheme. In our last assembly meeting, we were able to approve about 60 pieces to look at how they function. Now, we said to that, if we are going to do street light, we will not do the kind of street light where when you get there, you will not be able to see the next one. So what we have now, I think is the best in all the street light they brought to the local government. We test run it about 2 days ago from the Road Junction to the council. And I tell you, if you are living along this area, there's no need for you to stay in your house again. Of course, the road can be habitable. I was here personally yesterday night, and I tell you that our people are now forming the habit of bringing out their vehicles and telling stories, folk tales from the lower Niger. They now tell the story of Okos and Hallelujah and Odomo. Now we have said that, well, the local government there is need to beautify the road. There is need for us to do a lot of things. And if you were here about 3-5 months ago, you'll have seen that when you walk in, there is a present, there is something we are doing, and we have not finished. By the time His Excellency will be coming, maybe perhaps next week or so, to commission projects here, the local government council will have one another look, just to record that we are interested in that. We have also seen that the Ukwuani people, particularly the people from the other end, very close to Joko, are now encroaching on council lands. I want to at this point thank the local people who also donated land from this side to the local government area. We do not have issue on this part of the council. We don't have issue. People have kept to their promise, those of them that gave the council land from the records are met in the council. On the other hand, I thought at my road and the rest of them, we have seen that people have taken laws into their hands. Some of them have gone there to sell land to individuals, citing ownership of land, and date back to the days they were not born. And they are telling stories, conjuring stories. We are also set up a committee to look at that. And I tell you that in an attempt to continue to secure our land, this administration have said we are going to be doing 2 things. And one of the things is to continue to extend the council fence. And we have started to issue. The other angle is to continue to identify those people that have sold council land. And I want to make it as a promise before I leave council. We will try as much as possible to make some example. This is not particularly targeting a person, but particularly we are interested in protecting the properties of the council. The council belongs to Ukwuani people. By the time we do our bit when we leave, other people will come and do their bit. But we don't want a situation where the council land will be annihilated before other people will come and take their turn. So please, I'd like to put on record, we have spent quite some millions in extending the fence of the council. Now, it is trite that as Christians, and a Christian-led administration, there's practically nothing we would have done up to this stage without going to God in prayers, without God ordering seal. So in this administration, we said that there is need for us to continue to give thanks to God. But in giving thanks to God, even though the Catholic says that there is Christ everywhere, even in the marketplace there is Christ, it is suffice it to say that in the council here, we now decided to do a befitting house for God. And as I speak to you, that house is under construction. I tell you that in an attempt to continue to manage the resources we have put under our care, when we mooted the idea to build that chapel, we contacted, we advertised, and a lot of people came and began to build that place. And when we saw their bill one is enough to even complete the work. A situation whereby the one is almost up to 54 million naira. At the end of the day, what are you going to use in executing the job? And we said, no, we are going to come back and begin the process gradually. By the time we came back, that house, as at the last I checked, their work in that house, that church under construction. That church under construction is about 57 million naira. That is what we are using to do. The way we are doing it, we are going there to sit down with the engineers. Myself and the engineers, my team, we have been blessed in this administration that my engineers have been very upright in the execution of jobs. And as I tell you, even the money was spent there, was spent in that building is less than 15 million. But we have our brother here, who by the grace of God gives us some material, depending when we have money. So we have been working on that ground. And I tell you that by the grace of God, we will build a house of God. We will be 51 for Ramadan. And I tell you, by the time we finish that house, if there is any level of parading here, they will definitely take the flight. Over the transport service. Now, we sat down because we are pro-people government. Myself and my team, we move into Ukwuani. We don't sit down at home. We go to the street to interact with people. Because it is a local government, what we said that our attitude is going to be a local attitude. So sometimes we see the council chairman or Okada within the local government to see how we can reach out to our people. And we found out that in a particular case, one of my team members was going to Obeti. Obeti is a village in Akoko Plan. Akoko Plan is at the extreme end just before you go into Nopal, on the north wing, on the local road. Now, he said, Chairman, my car is spoiled. I needed to take Okada to go to Obeti. And I said, how much? He said, Okada is about 4,000 to 5,000 to go to the beach. I said, oh, what? How can you say you want to take 5,000 to the beach? You want to do it? He said, Mr. Chairman. I said, okay, I will try to find out. So I drove him to the junction. And we got an Okada. The Okada told me, in fact, that the 6,000 will get to the beach. So we started pricing, and the young man agreed lastly to take me to about 4,000. And that caused a very serious issue for me. That if the honorable people in the street of Ukwuani, who are sometimes classified as the Talakawas, cannot move from one point to another in search of their daily needs, then there is a problem in the world. And I said that there is need for us to build an idea we call Ukwuani mass transit. The mass transit is to move around the local government. We have a route running from Ogaroko through Ebede to Mwaja to Obeti. We have another route running from here through Amai to Ijon. Another one running from here to Abraka, because our people, a lot of them are working in that area. Of course, when you know that we want to do mass transit, of course, you know that we're also going to make some money from it. Now, we also have another round running to Akuku, of course, the video and those rounds. Of course, we have said that for the pilot scheme, let us try to do this. So we meted an idea of creation of bus stops in the local government, which are already under construction. I think they have finished construction. In fact, I told them not to paint. But now that I have signal that Excellency will come, we will paint. The buses, now, we thought of bringing electric buses. And myself and my team moved from here to Innocy Motors to look at what we can do, we can partner to bring in these electric buses so that we can be able to get something different for our people. Of course, you know that this government is a mobile government. This government is not a government that stays in office. This government is a government that moves to look at good things and bring them to one. It is a government that we have sworn to say that we are going to create things differently from what they have seen. But when, by the time we finish from Innocy Motors, and some other many companies introduce us to Lagos, we find out that the cost implication was too much. And we decided to shut down for the some mini buses. The mini buses, we check the acquiring of the mini buses and check what it will cost us. So we'll start with about 25 buses. Now, we also said that we know that the issue of management is usually the problem in any government activities or even the private organization. Management has been the bane of certain things. So we are putting together our consulting very widely, which we have gotten the prototype on how we are going to manage those buses. As I speak to you, those buses are in Ukwuani local government. And the buses, one, they are going to create jobs for our people. We want to create jobs because we have seen that issue of job creation has been a very serious problem for our people. So we have said that we are going to create jobs. While creating jobs, we have also said that we are going to crack down the means of transportation within the local government area. We are going to monitor them so that if it takes them 4,000-5,000 to go to date as it were, they will now be using as low as maybe 1,500 or 1,000 or so to go to date. Insofar, the vehicle is repaired, the salary of the worker is paid, and we have little to save in order to do other things in the local government. We'll be able to do that. So the buses are here. In fact, the last time I checked, the buses are in proper shape. The buses, a lot of them came with AC because you know people are suffering. In any way we want to give them support, we will try to give them support. So when we're ordering them, they say some came with AC. I said, give to my people. Let them use AC to do their business. The Ukwuani people were so informed. So we have done that, the buses are grand. Now, we also said that there is one ritual we do almost every year by moving down to support kingdoms to liaise with our people, to felicitate with them when they are having cultural activities. Some people are taking it for political campaign. We are not doing politics now, we are doing governance. And for me, our tradition is a major aspect of Ukwuani. Of course, every other tribe have their tradition. As I speak to you, plans are underway to see how we can have a cultural day celebrated in Ukwuani, where we are going to explore and transport some of our culture to the outside world. We are currently trying to populate the numbers of the community that will do that, so that we can have a cultural display as a means of telling the people of the world that there is a place they call Ukwuani local government, and Ukwuani local government is a place to be. We are doing so. So we developed the idea of going to our people during cultural festival. And we've done that very well. Some people don't know the history behind it, but we know that this is local government. If you cannot be with the local government at Abuja, and it will take you transportation to go to Asaba, why can't we in Ukwuani local government now move to our people in their domain and celebrate with them? We have done that very, very seriously. And I tell you, in the days to come and years to come before we leave this office, we will continue to look for ways to make it better. Now, when we came in, we saw that the head is wet. And because of that, we also acknowledge that majority of our health facilities are dilapidated. Courtesy of the fact that the numbers of staff we have in these health facilities are in short supply. As I speak to you, we have escalated later to His Excellency for consent and the local government service commissioner and the directorate to enable us to make some employment so that we can fill up some of these health facilities with people who have the experience. We have said that immediately that is done, we begin the revamping of our health centers, some of them that are not in capacity to be able to do that. We have that aside. And we have also put a mechanism on ground, which was under the supervision of the Vice Chairman, who doubles as the Supervisory Councillor for Health, to put a close eye on our health facilities. But before then, we said that because the revamping of our health center is not going to be done in one day, there is need for us to come up with an initiative. It is only then when I introduce the Ukwuani LGA. And I tell you that project was original design is that is going to be taken off from a health facility in Ukwuani, the modern center, and begin to hover around and bring healthcare center to your doorstep. We have done that pilot scheme and we see that the thing is effective. It is on, but the maximization of it is what I'm pushing very hard to see that the structure is in place before I leave council. We brought out that mobile clinic, and I tell you that the drugs we distributed in the mobile clinic, in fact, they stood out from all health assistance they have rendered in the local government. It is a robust initiative, and I tell you in the coming days, we'll be going into the area of surgery. Because in all that they have undertaken, they have listed some people that will be surgery. You know that what we do here, we try to take closely look at it and ensure that we do it to the benefit of our people. And just to state that is what I will do. When we resume, some of our vehicles are dilapidated, some are parked in the council there. We have also looked at what it will take us to bring the vehicles to life. We have also seen that if some of them are not okay, there might be need to dispose them to get proper vehicles for our staff. But with the fund we had, as at the time we came on board, we were able to buy some vehicles for some officials of the council to see that their movement is okay. Some of the areas that have not, their bosses are done like the legislative, I would prefer respect Mr. Leader. We have also planned some way to ensure that we address that challenge. Because the legislative arm is a very veritable arm of this government. I will not intend in any way to undermine this arm. We will continue to give you the respect to you in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We will continue to ensure that we respect this chamber and pay attention to your quotations, your advice, and your oversight from time to time. Approval of constituency projects. Now, because of constraints in government, we have also seen that there is no way the government can be on the one-way pilot. And we have said that the honorable members also have constituency. And if we are working, they are not working. If we are working and they are not taking things back to their constituency directly from their office, it becomes a very difficult thing to do. We have started the process, and indeed we have also tried to approve some constituencies, and very soon I think they will go to the field. They will do wonders so that their people at that level will know that these members we have are not really pushers. They are members at every time they come to me to say, Mr. Chairman, this is not proper, this is not proper. And I tell you, the advices have been very valuable. We have put them to use and we will continue to put it to use. Just to mention that the constituency projects, we have already put through that, and we are taking it bad by bad because of the constraint of finance. But I tell you, before long, we will cover all the works by the grace of God. Empowerment for sustainable development. I will try as much as possible to take up the paper here, gradually. What we have here is very big. This administration in 1 year, just 1 year, have recorded a lot of successes. But please permit me, I know time has gone far and we have been talking. But let me tell you what we did in empowerment for sustainable development. Now, when we started, we said that there is need for us to begin to move from one point to another, to look at what our petty traders are doing. And we said that the petty traders, who are the petty traders? Petty traders are, for in our own definition, those are people who are engaged in little trade or the other. Some of them, they have a name they call it in the Ukwuani language. Weshindela to something like that. So we said we identified that. And in one occasion, we met a lady who is into buying of cassava. The raw cassava as it is. And she said that to get a bicycle load of cassava is about 35,000 or so. And if she gets it, to prepare it, it will be at the end of the day, it will be around 40,000 or thereabout. And we said that, so if you have 50,000, you can start up your business or you can make it bigger. Say yes. So we started shortlisting. I tell you, I drove from community to community. After we did publish that people should come and enroll, I saw with greater respect that the modus of application was not teaching in a way that does not represent the federal character. And I drove myself from village to village without consulting anybody. I want to see those Akara fryers and those people selling fish on bicycle. I will stop. I did that. That is why that program took time for us to execute. After we advertised, a lot of people were apprehensive. They said that they would not carry on this program. But we were taking time. Myself and my team were taking time to identify the honorary Ukwuani, not those people who know people on top. But I tell you, Ukwuani people that we were able to identify them. And of course, that activity here, and we're monitoring the deployment of it. And I tell you, it has been very massive. I do not want to sit down here and begin to recount what it is, but I have a full opinion on what my team have monitored, and I'm satisfied that we did that. It is not a one-off, it is a continuous thing. We will be looking at it, we will come in again in another pattern. A lot of our people have gained so much training in some areas. We will continue to partner with our legislators, Ukwuani people, youth leaders, traditional rulers, to see that we identify this business and we put them in practice. We have also seen that there is a constituency that is usually abandoned, the physically challenged constituency. And each time they abandon them, sometimes it is difficult for them to hear their voice. This government did it to consider that, and in fact, we provided support to the physically challenged. It is on record, please. We have a program we do, the system welfare package, for workers, traditional institutions, religious institutions, and year time. Each time we come up with this initiative, which is one in the whole state. Because the magnitude and the process with which we display our own here in Ukwuani, we know that in other areas it is not so. But the essence of that welfare package is to continue to show that Ukwuani local government care for our people, and we'll continue to find better ways of doing that in days to come. Now, the issue of capacity building is a very vital aspect of this government. When we came aboard, we know that there's need to continuously build individuals. We know that education is a continuum. Education is not a one-off thing. That is why, very recently, in all fields of our endeavor, different endeavors, they have advocated for continuous learning. And it is on that ground we said that this government will continuously build on capacity of the workers and across all stages in the government. And we deem it fit when we upon our resumption, we caused a capacity building to happen in the legislative arm. And I tell you that that capacity building, in fact, resurrected a lot of things. Of course, I was satisfied that the councillors, they were ready to deliver on their mandate after that capacity building. But of course, you know it's not a one-off thing. This government will continue to invest on that because it will be a serious issue that one is in a particular office and he doesn't know the details of that office. And I tell you, if those of you who sat from the beginning of this proceeding will have seen the level of professionalism exhibited by members of this Olo chamber when Mr. Leader Walking has started the proceeding. I tell you that those things you saw, even though I know that my councillors came with a lot of capacity to this Olo chamber, but capacity building has contributed to the success of this house and the training of workers, which the local government is always doing in collaboration with the commission. But we promise workers, both the teachers, that this government is at mind to also, at this level, provide some practical approach, teachings on the issue of capacity building, which we know that will happen anytime soon. On the issue of agriculture, we have been able to successfully inaugurate the Farmers Club. We have also been able to position ourselves to see how we can now push in on the issue of the support of our agricultural, of our farmers, in order to also address the issue of food security campaign. We have done that. We are partnering with a lot of persons, and as I tell you, we are expecting some of the things we order, and eventually when they will come, we will move in massively to support our farmers. It is important to support our farmers. It is important that we also continue to resound the issue of homegrown foods, so that our people can know that even at their backyard they can put up a little garden. If not for commercial purposes, but they should be able to also feed their family. But we do know that Ukwuani people are very resilient people. They will continue to push in this direction. And as soon as those items arrive, Ukwuani people will, of course, you know yours truly will push it out to our people. Education development. Education is the value of progress in any society, and not only do more agenda. We have prioritized investment in education to future of Ukwuani child, while providing the youth in tertiary institution all support we can give. Under this administration, within the first year in office that we are all witnessing today, we have distributed many educational materials. We have, like I mentioned before, we already consulted the Ukwuani LGA office. We are revamping so many classrooms. We are processing them at the school. We are giving up to them. The ICT hub and the library, like I mentioned. The library, in fact, is going to do a lot of magic. Like I told you, we are doing a lot of things that we are doing this administration. What we are doing, we are laying foundation for the Ukwuani child. We are redirecting the mind of Ukwuani child from job consumption, from the popular Yahoo business, to seeing that education is the only way and the only way to follow. We have also invested our time in Children's Day celebration. Sometimes you do everything and you don't see the Ukwuani child. It does not make sense. And we have said that we will continue to partner with the primary schools, secondary schools, the CIA, Chief Inspector of Education, and the LEA office to see that we continue to partner with them to continue to fill the state with our children when we need me. Very recently, in about 48 hours or so ago, we have also given loan to a scholarship scheme for undergraduates in the local government. I want to use this opportunity to state that this scheme is going to be very massive. It is not the usual thing. I want to seize this opportunity to announce to you that you please educate your people any of them that are in the institution, please they should apply. Like I said, it is going to be one in time. We are going to, in fact, resurrect another pattern of scholarship patronage to the people. There are a lot of other achievements we have done, including the provision of furniture, including improved workers' welfare, and the relationship of the workers. If you go to other local governments, you will see a situation where you better respect the council chairman and the workers are dagger drawn. But you look at the local government, this morning, as I arrived in my office, the local women in their numbers, in fact, invaded my office, that they have come to felicitate with the chairman. They didn't just come to felicitate with the chairman. They came with drinks and money. And in fact, first ministry where I see where women will begin to contribute large sum of money to give to council chairman. I want to, at this point, thank them, wish them the family. I'm indeed very grateful for the love they have shown me. And in fact, the total money they brought, if I tell you the way I started it on the plate, is very enormous. I hope the person who have it will be able to count it very well. Distinguished leader of the House, distinguished councillors, very respected guests, our royal fathers, my very distinguished former chairman of the council and my leader, dear Ukwuani people that are here, my very leader, very distinguished leader, the former and the former council chairman and immediate was Deputy Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Christopher Chong. I want to thank you so much, sir, for your support all through my political journey today. I also want to put on record that my father, leader, and big brother are also a course time from time to time to guide me and say, Chairman, you must do your best because you are the servant now. Very distinguished High Chief who would have wanted to attend this ceremony. He said, Pastor, yesterday night, he said, is there any way you can postpone? I said, we already notified the house. You know the house is not a place that you go in and begin to go out. It's okay, you should do this, but I will send my essay to represent you. And of course, that is why you see my senior brother, Sunday Atuma, representing his capacity. I want to thank you, and thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for the people. I'm able to go through, but some persons will be asking a lot of questions. How much have they received in the past 1 year? What have they spent? I've selected told you what I've been able to do with some projects in the local government. And what all the things we do, there are, we pay salary. We do this, we do that, we do pay for this, we pay for that. You know, some of the documents that we have, sometimes when you push it to the public layer like this, the ability to understand becomes a problem. Otherwise, the documents are here. But in case if you want to see the figures, you want to work. Very distinguished council. I will have that in the private section of the office. I want to thank Ukwuani people. I want also to thank our people in diaspora. Ukwuani people have the right to every document that guides the council. And I know that if any Ukwuani person walk into the treasury, they want to see things for themselves, we will do so. But as I tell you that every kobo we have gotten in the council of the voice same to serve Ukwuani people, and I tell you we will continue to do so, because the issue of accountability cannot be thrown away. I cannot stand here as a council chairman and begin to be shiver over issue of accountability, over issue that has to do with giving account of what you have done with the money Ukwuani people you are holding in trust for Ukwuani people. We have done so, and I tell you that every bit of what has come has been deployed to serve my people. I will continue to do so. We will continue to do so, and I state that with all emphasis. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I want to thank Ukwuani people for the support. I want to thank Ukwuani people for all they have done. I want to thank Mr. Leader for the opportunity to stand here to perform this all important function. Thank you. I love you.
We don't clap here, please. We want to clap here, please. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman Ukwuani LGA. On behalf of the entire Ukwuani government, we wish to expressively express our appreciation to His Royal Highness here present, the person of the two of Kingdom and the Aragon Heritage. We also wish to express our appreciation to the woman of the Kingdom for the education. We also wish to express our appreciation to our former council boss and leader, personally known as Aspirations. We also wish to express our appreciation to the immediate past, the district of the family, the national family will see a church. Thank you for coming. At this juncture, this moment is not only symbolic of the effective value of food, but it is also a strong indication of the commitment of Mr. Chairman to his campaign mandate of being transparent, accountable, and also obtaining good governance. The objective report outlines the achievement of challenges and future directive of the administration is both enlightening and also encouraging. We commend the effort intelligent people-oriented projects to promote peace and unity and ensuring that citizens of democracy reach our grassroots. The legislative act recognizing the strive made so far under your leadership. We assure you of our continued support in areas that align with the collective interest of the good people of Ukwuani and local government. As partner in progress, we affirm our commitment to constructive engagement with civil oversight and collaboration that foster development and good governance. Where there is progress, we are proud. Where there is need for redirection, we will offer our candid counsel as it is our duty to do so. Let me once again thank you, Barrister Ajede, for this noble and one of its kind tradition of presenting your account of stewardship. It strengthens the strength our people have in government and it will the legacy of an administrative of future administration. Today, let us continue to build a better, strong, and prosperous government. Thank you and God bless you. Think on this note, in relation to the legislative to move in motion to accept this account of stewardship. Thank you.
Our transparency-loving leader, a dynamic one indeed. Our deputy leader, our distinguished colleagues present, our political father and leader, Right Honorable Christopher C. Ocho, our traditional leaders present, the former council chairman present, leaders from various parastatals of Ukwuani local government area, the capacity chairman, the Duma agenda chairman, and his entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Honorable Gabriel Otunaibobo, the councillor representing constituency 10 Amai, and the majority leader of this Honorable House. Having seen the capacity chairman roll out the reports of the past 1 year in line with the Delta State local government laws of 2017 as amended, I hereby move a motion to accept this accountable report, and I so move. Thank you.
To accept this account of stewardship has been moved. Second, please. Honorable Chairman.
Most distinguished honorable colleagues, the executive chairman, our great party leaders, our great leaders of local government here present. I am Honorable Ukwuani LGA, representing the great and the proud people of December 20. We are proud because we have a reason to celebrate as a ward, because we are part and parcel of this 2-month agenda. I rise today, my leader, to second the motion ably moved by my most distinguished majority leader, I so second.
All right, thank you, Honorable. And it has also been really second there. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All right. Police represent. I think we are through with the report of the Chairman for the Chairman to lead us and to go and entertain other issues in the local government while we continue with our today. Thank you.
Hello. That is the Chairman and his entourage will depart.
Ajede nwere malo.
Ajede nwanne m.
Biko kebe fai.
Afa m Comrade Chika Uwabuofu, the President General Obiaroko Community Development Association.
Kete onye bụ chairman Ukwuani local government ya bụ onye bụ possible Ajede. O nwere ọnụ akọwa ihe ọsụkwa na osife ọrụ na nwere ihe Ukwuani local government ni olufo aswa ọdịni ọdụ kenike mgbenebe ya bụ ka ebe ọkọ dịgara kịta na ya bụ second term. Nchọnika njụkịrị osife ọnụ kwụsị ọlụwọ n'obodo Igbo Obiaroko ọrụ gịdawa.
Ọsọ ife nenu okuni ọrụ na ya ojie. Ozife ndị ọrụ ni ndị ọrụ na-ekwunu ọsọ ife ndị aka ọrụ ni ọ bụ ezigbo mmadụ ya sị na bụrụ sị ekwusi ome ife ọma anyị ome ife ọma na ya ka ọ na-agọsị ozife nenu okuni ka ọrụ ni bedebede okwu adị n'ime nwata kenu bụ onye ji na-atụ eka anyị gịda nwere ndị na Obiaroko na ule na-atụ eka ịbịa ime kansụl o nwere ofu ka ọrụ ni okwu okwukwu eva ka ife na-akpa bụzi IC tech egwu abịa nke erudebe nwanne m na agwọ samba nyọsụ kwadịkọsa ndọkwasị ọ bụ ekiri egwu mmanwụ n'ịgbata ka na-ekpo ekpo ọ bụ onye ke ozuru okiri anyị na-adị ọchukwu abụrụzi na-ekweri ka o jezi ọzọ ka ya nọcha enye anyị na onye ke ebuka ele kwukwuru ojefe ojezi nkwụkwarị na-ekwa ndị oke jeji n'afọ Jesu
Ajede gara nwere malo. Osife na ọrụ gịda n'ime obodo Igbo Obiaroko. Kedu ka na-etu ya nya denge kata ishin no osife n'ọrụ ni.
Ke kata ishin no si ọrụ ni mfu na nya ne equipment ekira kene ọrụ na free center ya bụ kene na this ICT na na-ekwokwe o ke ọzọ kata isi nne na afọ oshi mkpokpe ndị omenyi kọkwa menafia yete ego eji na azụ afia ọsa mgbata anyị dị n'ọrụ na wana azụ afia na ọ pụrụ ebe nu even the treasury council mkpokpe maka ọ na-ete gị ike ya na-eji menu ifeweri ezukwu iru eze ezukwu ni ọkụzụ drainage dị n'ebe ọsife ọwalazọ onye kebuka o
Ajede. Okay, Malabisa.
Ajede wene.
Biko ka fai.
Efambo Keshina Tatum Bilgrel, Mabo no chase everything. Efambo Odili Alphonsus, High Chief.
Keta ya no ka chairman no akọwa ye also kwa na ife ọrụ ni. Chisa you na no chanya ebede. Ajọ ka dị june pe mushi. Obo ezigbo ụsọ ọrụ ife nenu.
Elo kuni. Obi anuruzu ọrụ ka gwa ọrụ no sa nde ezinde bede. Ya bụ General Palace House ọrụ ni Onotukwu General anyị ọrụ ahụ ọ na-akasị ka ụka arụzi o ọrụ ka okwugide nụ buruka nebe o
Ime bede ki lo ni shi government ke ni ya bụ Ajede ni lo shi no wese organisu bi obodo. Kebuka ilo ni.
ka iwu ozuru niile nke busegde ifeọma bịakwume dụbụ ọrụ kpe anyị agwashua n'oge ọbịanụ tó pẹ́ dà ní pẹ́ ìgbẹ́ mostly ndẹ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀nà ni ọ̀sìnfàbọ̀ obi ebe machine koru ya dịkwa masa ka ọnọdụ na dịka ọma
Onye na-alụkwa ndịkwa agwa a?
Gwasha gide ka ojii
Mgbe kene n'oge kene.
n'ekere igwe ọ bụ cheri ọ bụ ekweme ndị kọrọ akụkọ si dumo agenda bụ ka onye n'ichiche azụ anyị na-ekene igwe ojikeme lugo na ifeọma ka ọrụ dị shegwari
Yo.
abi
Nna m Abisa.
Jidike.
Biko ka fai.
Mabo Honorable Fidelis Osuyale, the PG of Umukwata Kingdom.
Biko ya fife mene mini kete chairman ni ụlọ na akọwa. Ya bụ ọrụ ife na na-ekwuchi ọrụ ni.
Ọ bụ Okwueme. Ọsịfọ ọkọ na ebenu. Onwe ka ife n'ụzọ. Anyị gwere anya nfe igwe. Omeiwu ọ na-emeghe.
Ya bụ enwe okwukwe na-ebe ọchịcha ya dị. Yu n'obodo yi.
Ọ na-arụ bụ a na-agwasị anyị mgbe mmefe ọrụ ashịnị. Otoruola anya ka bụ anyị kwụsị ajikeme ka otiri kemenye. Ne mara nọdụ na esosu mmiri na egwele anya ọnụmmiri na akweka. Ya kike meswa.
Kilo ni ọrụ n'obodo shi na ose ogbo ọganisu gbasa obodo yi.
Okwu insecurity na-ekwu okwu na udo n'iti n'obodo nwife na-agani ka otie kumenya ụmụ gosi enyi nọ na-eme yahoo na-akpa mmarụ na-eme agwọ ọgwụ ego ọgbala egwu na-atụ ọsọ ma ncha ka ndị na-eji ogo bụ ndị omenya na-enwechi obi na-eji ogo ọnwụ ike mekwe chụpụsa ọsọ igochi ndị na-okwe mgbatụkọ na ụgarị udo na-adịba adị ndị na-eji ogo na ndị na-eji ogo na afọ ife na-egosifa na arụ
Oge ke na ọsụkwa anyị dị na-eneyi. Chairman nwere ike na-echi na-ekpeta onye enyi. Ọsọ nwere ọzọ eke eji eji enwe. Ike na-echi ndụkwa ni.
Onwe ofe okwu na-ebe na okwu transport transport na-abụ ife na-ebu mmanụ si n'obodo na-eji obodo chine ụmụkwata na-eje okwu na okwu ụmụkwata na-ebe nụ kpachọ ka okwu eti ofu na-eke chine ụmụkwata na eru eche chọkpọ na agasasị bịarakwu chine ụmụkwata ta agaghị ebe dị ụnọ na eru akụkụ so ka ọ gbarachi ndị ma ndị na-azụ afịa dị iche iche ka onye nwoke na-enwesị lekenu
Ajede narị. Nna m Abisa.
Yeah, my brother.
Biko kebe fai.
Fambo Chief Osekene Richard Onochieze Ejokpo.
Onochieze. Keta ya nwoke chairman Ajede chairman Ukwuani local government. Ji n'ọnụ akọwa ya ọsụkwa ni shi kọwa ihe ọsọkwa na ọsifọ lụfụni eshikọbani n'ọdụ gbabụrụ ke shi olufu ofe asụ a na ike mgbenebe ọ na ya bụ second term ọsọmọ m oju n'ọrụ akwụsị ọrụ ojigbo kwa ọrụ garawa
ọrụ a rụkara rụjara sef
ọsa ife na okunu ọrụ ndị ke na aka na ihe ya fa nwere shise
ọsa ife ọrụ ni na imefa nwere onwe eke kwu because ọsife ọrụ ni dị mkpa ya ụkwani ọsife ọrụ ni bụ 100% and ọsawencha dị mkpa ya enyi so onwe ka eke ewofu nwe ka eke kushi keni ọsawencha ka ọrụ na diketa
ka ịlụ onye ka alụ n'obodo yi je ka weso gba ọganisu gbasa obodo yi bụ ejọkpọ
na-arịa ya sia biko na nwere ezukọ anyị rụrụ n'beru ya bụ mọshi no ka ọ rụrụ anyị ebe n'beru ụnụ ezọkpọ connect ni ụmụkwata and ke school enyo no eshi ya memese ka ọ dị mmasị ya bụ fake
Ukwuani kwuru onye na-alụ kwụmanị kwa agwacha gide ka oji oge kene ya ka agwachi ngwa ka iwere ọrụ were kene ka ọ bụ jije n'ozie oji ekene
na jamma ọsa ọkwa na ejiji okene ka ejọkpọ na-enwe particular even my ọkpalụkwu sef ọ dị na-eji okene na gondo isi kwa afọ oke enwe rekọdị so na agondo ka onye ọrụ jegoshi ka chukwu ye yesu ike ishegwa
yo nna m abisa
Aje
biko kebe fai
efam bụ Honorable Mure Okpor
keta anyị n'afọ shunu basa na ebe onye bụ Chairman Ajede dị na-agwọ ọsọkwa na ife ọ na-alụ eshikọbani n'ọdụ ajụ nka juga bụ shi nnebusani shi n'ụlọ mara ya sa dị n'ebe na ọwakọla esa yi ofe ekeka ekwa unubu ndị ebe
okay anyị bụ committee in charge of beautification of Ukwuani local government.
Kunu na-alụ
ọrụ anyị bụ take note that as Ezekwu bring in order the government demena. That is people who are encroaching into the road. Then secondly, both the street and environment. Imogbe. We can send them on a demo fin imogbe in the demo meet. And in a general way, we can demo here. Then those areas that can say we can demo kuma, kompama, nenya, and in the government ne TSA can in the kuma, and in every bill.
A war Roma Colonel,
Ogbo Roma.
Cashmo Roma.
If you see a blow Roma by Nedemic Mobile Kobudo Mama, Kongu, I see a blow Roma.
Beneni. Kete, anya fortune ụda asị na okpokuru ndị basa na ebe Chairman dị na-agwa ọsa ndị Ukwuani na-agwa ọsọ ndị ụwa ife ọ na-alụ na local government council eshikọbani n'ọdụ. Okwuo mkpụmkpụ ife ọrụ na ụlọ ọrụ agba mkpụmkpụ ife ọrụ ni. Ajụjụ ya ka dị jụ na-ekpe bụ ọ bụ ezigbo kwụsị ọrụ ife n'ọnụ okwu n'isi ọrụ ni.
Ọrụ a na-adị n'afọ a na-enye na. As if no na-agba adụ na-enye practical dị ka ọ bụ ife wezomezomi. Ibe na the whole clan in the Ukwuani, they are fast if all time. Goshitawo. Can you make council na dash? No, or Goshiwo. So as if no ban Bishoku, or the natural value.
I just don't catch you. She kill Loni show onye bụ Chairman dị na-elo. She fake you was organisu bia also kwano. Fifo je ka alo je was organisu bia osi mu Ukwuani local government. Abisa.
Fife camp babu security. Na ọdịna ekwe ya no so metek no na eme now uku security ka I can take it very serious ne security no ya na us organize asuzo di ọma ndị ka ndị na-eje ogo na aga without problem asama na nganga na so kenu kagira mkpa n'ife force na oje karo security
bena na rem oge ke no so Ukwuani dị na-ene ki ụlọ ọnụma were ike newe
Ukwuani mbere ni o na-ekere asụ anụ ncha na agwa asụ si kọmiti ke nọ n'ụfọnị anyị bịa ime ogbe gọnanye ntị anyị abịa ka ọ bụ akparị mmadụ bụ anyị ka abịa akpọ mmadụ abịa ka ọ bụ agwa ọnụ ele obodo je mma mma asụsụ dị ikwu were ihe enyi so na-ekere asụ anụ ncha igwe na agwa asị ndị ma kọmiti tuwe mbene ọganịsọ ike gbunu Shegwa.
Yo. Ajé nwene malo.
Ajay brother.
Oge kene were ọnụ igbagara ọsụkwana onye bụ.
Efe m bụ Possible Solomon Ajede. Ya ka wejere marigida m. Ajay.
Kete anya fụọ chikpọni ọsụkwana ọsụwa kende sheshi na sababia o kende the police o so enchata biawo council ya bụ legislative council kete legislative ham ya bụ their house ibe mba agwa ọsụkwana ife na-arụ eshi ka eweteni n'ọdụ nke mgbenebe na ede ya bụ olufugodo ofe asụ anyị na-agwa anyị ife ị na-alụ bụ gị na-akọwa oyibo ka ị na-asụ bụ mmeke nwe awọsị ife na-asụ oyibo bụ ndị ka nne niile ekpeta onye ya ka mara ife na-asụ oyibo oge kene nchọkị ụsọ election iwere go ife na-asụ oyibo gị na
Ajay elenu kọdị ní local government eshike ndị oyibo bịa na-etinye local government wee shi ọnụ oyibo bụ the official language anyị mkpụkpụ marụ eju imebenu ndị bịatachiri n'ịbanye ọsa ndị ụkwụ akwụkwọ dịta n'ebe mgbotu anụkwụ ma ọnụ kwani so ya na-eso oyibo n'oyibo n'uke anyị dị na-ekwu ife ndị menini ka wee nwoke ghọta ka ndị kenye ghọta elenu ya si na eborosi anyị na-eyizo oyibo ọ bụ na anyị bụ ụkwanya Ajay n'okpuji
Ajay gị na nwere m ụkwani kwuru shi mmiri shi n'ọnụ azụ pụsa kaka asọ esele nchọkị were ọnụ kwani kọwani ọsụ ndụ kwani local government ife ịkọwani na legislative arm kete ya bụ ife ị na-arụ eshi ka ịbanye n'ọdụ nke mgbenebe Ajay gị na nwere
Ajay eziokwu ajụjụ kere na-ajụ kete bụ ezigbo ajụjụ and ya bụ ife shi na-eburu sọsa ncha bịa de ebe ndị na-ememe iwu dị kete bụ ndị akpọ councilors mekwuru shi ma kpọwe ka mkpọ sokwane ọsa ndị nọ na-achị anyị ndị eze enyi ka ndị ọnọchize ndị notu ndị youth ka ndị president generals ka ụmụ anyị ndị dịtachi bebe wee bịa na ọchịcha karịwole ndị wachi bụ ya na-agwa ndị ejije n'ihe ọchịcha ife na-arụ na gọọmenti abụ ka kaị mara ojije ya ụzọ ịbịa ya dịbagwa onye ele ejegagara n'ụzọ imusu nọdị kpoku chiboy nwa m unity ijegara obodo lokoja dewesife unu bịalenu na adịkpọ imusu na dizu ya dịkwuchi n'ele anyị jegan asụ agha gani wejijewo m kansụl ebe ka dịkwasị so mary kwuru chi otefe anyị na-achị anya chifofe asụ a ka anyị kpọọ ndị kenye ka anyị gwawa ego na wesịrị kansụl ife anyị ji na ego na-arụ kwee nwike mara onye ife nọ n'ihe nya ka onweke jụlachi iji na nọdụ chi yosoda abịa osoda bụ ego ka bụ ego ka ya chịrị anyị bịa chi ka anyị gwawa na atụtụrụ ọsịla anyị rụ na ife na eshi asụ ganini ya chịrị anyị kpọwa
kemikal ka iri lufu na eshi asụ ganini eshi akafụrụ
eshi akafụrụ anyị arụfọrọ mkpokpefe nwanne m mkpokpefe na anyị rụni bụ ebe na-ememe nyo na kparụ ka ị n'ogbe azụ n'ebe na wakpa ọfisi ndị nkwuzi ya bụ ndị chiọsa ndị nkwuzi ebe anọdụ na akpọ gbọmọsa ndị nkwuzi wakpa local education authority eziokwu anyị na-eche wee nwee egwu nọ wee na anyị na-eje na-abani gani skuul ebe nụkwa anọdụ wọ na-eme ni primary school na obi arụkwụ n'ebe na ndị marụ na-abịa na-ezuru ife n'ebe wakwalachi je sumukwu ebe kwe nọgịda ebe na ụdịga nwata udo dịgịda unebe bụ ebe anyị ru na ebe ndị nkụzi na-anọdụ ndị nkụzi ịba nọdụ n'ụzọ ebe nọ na-agọshi ife na-agwa ya ụmụ anyị ye ka nọdụ ịka farị na-agwa onye ọzọ chi palọ ya dị ka mma so ife anyị na-enọdụ kwunishi anyị na-achọrọ ofu ụzọ demewe wee nọdụ kwe nwe ike na-agwa ndị kenyi na-agwa igoshi elife de so anyị dị kwunishi ka anyị bụ the local education authority ya webe na anyị de ọrụ ke warụkọla ụlarị ife na-emegide na bụ kwee fọnichọ na-agbasa kwee kline ka webi a kọmishọna kwee banye anyị arụ achọwara ebe ndị oyibo demeni wakpọ ife nenu apị ọpịpị nna bụ nne yawo na-apị o ke ọpịpị nna na-abụ ọpịpị wee ka enwe ike were nwa amamife na enwe ike na-arụkwume ife ndị ọzọ nọ na-arụ n'igosi nnọcha igosi ndị na obodo China na-eberi ebe ọpịpị nna nugwa ji na-erife wee bịa wena dị akwa programming mgbotu na-akpa ebe artificial intelligence mgbotu na-akpa kiri na-akpa kiri bụrụ ife dị mmeni ụwa kịta na bụ okwu ife na nwede mmiri wakpọ kọmputa ya na ya kọsa macha nọ n'iti enya kịta na ọ dị mmasị ogbome ndị China etubu ogbome ụkwa na-etune ọ dị mmasị ogbome Lagos etubu ke ndụkwa na-ekutune medi na-edo si ọ bụrụ sa anyị ji ka enwe ezigbo ọchịchị n'oge bịakọnị anyị ndị na-anyị na-erụnyeta nwata ka anyị ka rụye igosi ndị bịakọnị na dị nwere uche misteki ndị nọ na-achị na nweni ime nọ n'ememe wee beruo oge ka wee kemewe n'ihi kọmputa na-arụ mkpomkpo fe kịta na ije ụmụta Asian country ndere wee nweta ori som robotic team wee memeteni ya bụ marụ dị nke marụ ụwa na-arụ ogo wadu anaghị so mkpomkpo fe na-eme n'ụwa na so ife ndị kwuru shi eke ma nọdị na elenene kansụl badị na-ewere ego mụ marụ na-ejechi na-ejechi ka anyị were ego ka dị m ụzọ wee ka eje na-ewere na-eri na-arụ amụ kọmputa onwe ori ọsa na-echi ga anyị bịa n'ụwa ka anyị gosi nne na anyị basacha ụwa ebe anyị kwuru na warụ jam bụ ije da nọ nne họl eshọn na agba anyị na-ede kpọrọ gị na wadụ na-edewe we na-apị kọmputa kwe na-apị anyị ekwere ochi anyị niile jam je ka anọdị gbame kwee melenu we na-arụ jam na igbo ndị ọzọ ndị okenye na-adị bịa waba arụ n'ụkwanị ndị ja na-anaghịkwa anyasị anyị nwata ụgwọ si ebe anyị demere anyị ka ewele na iwere mkpomkpo ego na-abịa kansụl kwe were na-arụ ọda projekti ndị kenyi dị na-amụachi kọmputa n'ebe anyị kpọ na kọmputa skuul igosi eji na-amụ anyị na grajetuwe na-eyiwe kọmputa kwe welechi na-arụ ezigbo ife n'ọma ndị nụ na kọmputa na bifọ jọọ kansụl kere anyị na-achị na-etinye anyị fọjọ eziokwu wee memetachi ụlọ ebenu anyị fọnishejueri anyị fọnishin na ụdị na-eje on ukpe dị n'ebe na anyị tinye ke ndị oyibo na-akpọ sola ka ukpe anyị su n'ebe na eziokwu okwu ukpe na ụkwani na ndị BDC niile ya enyi so nwata nre ka ya enyi ebe tọzụ na anyị ewere supplemental elerụ ka anyị na-arụ ụka kewunu anyị arụ ashụọla ezukwu na-ewe na-arụ ezukwu na-eje ọnụ igwe my brother iru ezukwu na-eje ọnụ igwe banye na ole eri chọgbuola ofe ezukwu dị n'ọkụzụ n'ebenu ndị kenye chọnụkwerụ ezukwu ka osheshi n'igwe anyị arụ ọrụ the two side drainage inekwume ndị bịa mgbe nne na Asaba na-agwa anyị anyị dị ụchọchị 400 million naira ekpe ịkpa nne anyị kwunu ya ka anyị na-arụ achị bikọs ndị na-arụ wee na-ekwu nne na-arụ na Abuja choji n'ọnụ igwe achị ma bụrụ na kene anyị na kọntraktọ nọ anyị na ya na-eje na-aga nọ n'ebe ka o nwike ruo a wedu nwata ego na anyị ka enwike bụ ememegbu ụmụta ife na-emewe afarịta mgbogbo ego onye n'ime anyị na-aka eso na onye na-ewa nọ na-edo na kaleso aje so anyị arụsị ọrụ ebenu ndị peti traders asị ya bụ ndị ekenyi nọ na-atụrụ mgbele su mgbele anyị achọrọtachi ọrụ nwata ife tieji n'uwe n'ife na-arụ kwe nwike na-atụrụ mgbele na-eji oge gana ya asị anyị ekwechi ụlọokwu scholarship anyị nọ na-eme na scholarship kwere anyị ga-eme abụ ndị ji na-egwu egwu kere anyị ga-eme anyị memete wee ka gwa anyị si dịla anyị nyiri wese this model anyị etiechiwo ike n'ụlọ ka anyị ekwechi ụlọokwu esu ike ụkwanị na onye dị ndụ ya na anụ ebe ọfụ elunugwekwune ọ bụrụ esu emekwumene ejele adị na anụ ebe ọfụ so anyị mete ụlọ eri anyị kwuniche esu ike ụkwanị esu ike ọsọ kwanị kenu bụ anyị weri na ụlọ ọgwụ weriche n'ime ụgbanị okperikperikperi oru ebe dị ọjụ ike na-eme ya ọyị wee achọrọ ife echiye esu ya dịfụ mma so anyị arụcha ọrụ nanụ anyị ekwechi ụlọchi anyị ka ụmụta health center nanụ anyị ka arụkwume ọsa plan dị na anyị enweta ụlọ eri bụ eziokwu ije na wee jee nwata weche gbugbu kịrịkịrịkịrị kọrị azụ ọnụ so anyị na-atụ ife na-atụ ya nwata okwu agrikọlchọ kenu ebe nu gịra chidebụrụcha okwu ndị Fulani dị na anyị na-ekwekwe anyị anụ aka kakpọ anyị na-anụ anyị ndị ụkwa akpụkpọ na-ememe na aga n'ebe iwu dị na ya mara ele mba anyị dị ele niile na-arụ acha onye iwe dị na-edoghị ka irufie bịara je n'ogbu ji uche anyị daa anyị na ndị ụkwa akwụkwọ na-arụ a anyị na-achụrụ nne n'utufu ka ndị ka enyi jechogowe anyị a na-egwu egwu n'ime na anyị na-igwe egwu ife je ka emere bụchi ndị ka enyi ka igwu egwu ka ruo ogwu so okwa agriculture anyị na-achụje go but anyị position change we ngwenyi anyị etiewori okwu farmers club ya bụ kpokuru ndị farmers ni each of the world so farmers club kenu anyị audashore ife na nke yewe we were bido na ememe okwu ife na arrive fu anyị na-ewele yewe my brother anyị netụlọ isi ukpe mana emigwe ọsa solar light ndị wene wose ukpe na ruechete na ezukwu wede tie na ebe nne marụ na-aga bụ dịgachi ezukwu nne marụ na-aga igwe bedo nwere ụfala ndị dịta n'ime ogbenyi n'ime kwane nwata ezukwu nne nụ na-edita nọ na ihe niile ka enye ka ụkwada sa anyị kwuru shi nne nụ ka ka ewere ukpe nna ahụ tie anyị tie wori anyị bido wo na-etie gira na from junction council meburu obe ruo council ka anyị demonstrate fe but kena anyị nwere ife ka abụnwata ife ka o nwuru nyi amarịchi fọma bụ mmụọ so anyị na-ekwuchi anyị je ka move kita na-eje clan by clan ni oji n'izu obi arụkụ ya zụ ụmụkwata ya zụ mutue ya zụ akụkụ na ya zụ ama ya ka ozu mwebue ka ozu ejiọnụ ka ozu ijọpọ ni ọsa nnena wee bụkwa na local gọọmenti wee nwe ife nnena so anyị na-eme ife ndị a kere wee bikwe ndị ọrụ ibe ruo ewuruchi ruan but my brother ife ndị anyị rụrụ anyị ruo ife igwe anyị nọ n'ebe na-akọwa ọ bụrụ na ọwụ n'ebe anyị ndị councilors dọ anyị gbana ife igwe ngalachi n'ebe na uche mara onye iwe aje ka anyị lofechiri anyị na-ewelekwa ọgọ yi ka ịfụ elife na-adị na enu ndị na-agba ndụkwa na elife na-adị bụrụ anyị nọdị na-agba aje na ogbuji elenu ka ọ dị anyị ka anyị arịkọlọsọ ncha
chairman ya mọrọchi Ukwuani local gọọmenti obodo dịta chiche dị n'ime Ukwuani local gọọmenti ekwuchi anyị dị ebo ya bụ dị 9 clans n'ime Ukwuani local gọọmenti o furuochi ịba arụacha ọrụ ka anyị na-adị n'ọsọ ụzọ biko gwagara anyị ife na-arụachi n'obodo dịta chiche dị n'ime Ukwuani local gọọmenti kenu ka gara mkpa kịta na
Ajede my brother nje kekene igwe ajụjụ kene joni bụ ezigbo ajụjụ oyiworishi ọnọdụ kene ụnụ dị ụnụ nọkwụmọwa na mọrụ ife ụnụ arụ kwuo na ebe na-eche ife nọ na Ukwuani bụ ọsa akụkwani anyị bido ụlọ ọrụ kene oge anyị meme ni back to school program anyị arụ na n'ofu ụzọ iso ọsa dị klan ka aga gọọmenti anyị na-eyi ụmụ igoshi na-ekeni nwata ele anyị yetere anyị assist nwe the same strength ka anyị meme ni round agwacha ome okwu the club anyị fọmụna ndị the night class agbụfụ ụzọ ka anyị fọmụna showing that anyị elen opsan ọsa the clans ji ga-enwese now anyị emewecha okwu eswike ọsụkwani ka ọga gọọmenti ekeke ọgwụ ndị anyị gweseni agba ọgwụ ndị weje chọkụ na arụ ọgwụ ndị John ndị ya lafa eso eme mụị anyị eje na bikos ife anyị na-arụ na ndị Ukwuani agba ọgwụ ndị wee na-eje ka nna abịa na-echikwe na-echi isi su na-echichi azụ sesu Ukwuani gani n'Ọsụkwani the transportation anyị na-arụ kịta na the transportation na gani Ọsụkwani ka ọ na-aga anyị etietewori bus stop n'Ọsụkwani so ụmụ ebe the transportation dị keji kedu anyị kwunishi ndị ka anyị na spend ego igwe ijeko from Obiarọkụ jee Obeti we na spend ogbe ego so anyị ba crasha ọka fetch ọsa Ukwuani okwu capital project ya bụ ebe mkpokpo gbarụ n'eti ekemobiwe because you run a capital project na ofu obodo weshi ya na-arụ n'ebe my brother iji ụmụ ebu n'ebe na oge anyị gaa na round o nwere ife ndị ka anyị gwara anyị shwe chọrọ anyị ga na next class dị meme thank you visit ya bụ ekene anyị na-ekene we need this government dey very proactive ogo lecture anyị na move around anyị ruo obodo nọ na kụnụ chọni we na adịgwa anyị ruo umebu agwa anyị si fụ echobi mmiri gị akịta na Chairman ife anyị chọrọ kelụrụ anyị bụ ruo ada na Ọkparụkọ Palace my brother iru ebe oyibo agbasawole umegwu ejiwe na-egwu jebe ni afọ wele nye ifo my brother agba ifo akọ n'ebeni anyị arụọla ari n'ebenu anyị setewori indekuma my speech n'ebenu kwuru anyị ga-ebido na trekking na banoda community anyị arụọri mkpokpo ife na ime kansụl ebede ife anyị na-ememe bụ anyị na institutionalize some processes the ICT center anyị rụrụ because of the issue of funding and in the ICT center the council bụ also Ukwuani also in charge can benefit from the school. So during the admission there's going to be quota to each of the clans that will be coming. So the ICT school is going to serve the whole place. The ward 10 Obiarọkụ under Obiarọkụ clan anyị arụọ ezigbo Ukwuani shọbụ 800 mita anyị arụfọlarị agwọ mechi asfalt nke ọdịnal anyị pozishọn ọrị ka anyị muvu baba na ebede umutu akụkụ amai ejiọnụ ejọkpọ of course ya edowu na emene egwuchi in my first tenure chiosa ka anyị meni nga nọsọ obodo and ka anyị ka gaa n'ekene ekwolisi the next 1 year anyị cover for all because of the nature of the projects anyị na-achọ ka anyị rụọ anyị achọrọ ka anyị rụọ project ya erukọfa obodo ebido na-ememe irobe ya shiri nwata ife deme ya bụrụ ọsọ na abụda ka anyị na-arụ anyị na-ene important projects ndị obodo dịta bebe chọni anyị kwesịrị n'ime benu that anyị approve ori ebido na approve constituency projects to each of the councillors and ọ dị nke eleshede wey ye councillor constituency project 500,000 1 million kojero Kenanya approved theory about 5 wards now is on. So they will move in and do to complement what we are going to do. We're before Mabasa. So my brother, I need to take it now gradually. We will ensure that we move on. But what we have been able to do because of going and spending, like the teachers' office here in Afunebene, this teachers' office is going to serve the whole local government. Or some local government can serve. Or some teachers need the local government. So when if you're not but I can assure you that if you need any kunishani run nowhere, we will go through and we deliver. Anya ikagbake sunime. Anya narwa elo kunishani rwa. Aje.
Oge kene Ukwuani na-agwa ishi alụsa.
Yeah.
Na-agwa ishi onye na-alụkụmekwa agwa ishi agide ka oji. Na-agwa ishi gide ka iji. Ozu ife na-ekwu ishi ka alụ na obodo dịta chiche n'ime Ukwuani local government jikeme ka ịlụ a. Wolo ọnụ iwere ike na Ukwuani wee nne ya ka anyị gbasa okwu kene.
Ọkwarukwu ọdụ abishi nwa ọkwa ukwu ọkwa ogbimori akụ onodugwa be ebi ọsajaje ọzọ jinogwe dane obodo onye nizela ya mụ kenetele mekene my royal majesties my royal majesties ndị nọ were enu meka igwe na-achị ọchịchị Ukwuani ọchịligwe the ebu of umwebu anyị na-ekene ya ekene na-ekene chi eze udo yebindo ogologo the eze of Ezionu anyị na-ekene chi my very very respected king bụ the Gwete of Amai bụ His Royal Majesty Paul Ifenezuche na-ekene ya ekene ụwọma anyị na-ekene Inkenete Shikenu mekene His Royal Majesty the Okwata of Omokwata bụ Eze Friday Abaja anyị na-ekene enyi eze obodo nọ anyị na-ekene unu onye niko jigide ofụma na-arụkọlọsi ife ifu ife ya ekwu ka anyị na-arụkọ anyị na anyị na anụ n'ụnụ ka anyị na-efe marụba nọdị n'ebe ọ dị na-edo enyi ka anyị felu kwa ekwucha anyị felu nwa jereje ka felu na-agwụ na-agwa benụ n'ụkwụ ise gwara
aje